Steve got the chicken coop all cleaned out, but you see that Rhode Island red right there? This one here that's coming up, that's the new one that they're picking on. You know, there's a pecking order, and I've always separated them. They ain't scared of you, baby. They ain't scared of you.
They'll be scared of me.
I know, it's so sad, you guys.
I'll get a couple eggs.
Oh, okay. Thanks, sweetie. I think for dinner today, we're going to have breakfast. And I haven't cooked for you guys in a very, very long time. So I think I'll go ahead and record and let you guys see how I make our breakfast dinner. Not sure where my tripod's at. It must be out in the van. But anyway, I've got a pan. Gonna make some bacon. Just gonna cut it right in half. I'm gonna have to put Sissy out on the porch, laundry room, so she'll quit barking. Smells good already. Gonna have some eggs. These were fresh eggs from today. And since Steve cleaned out the laying boxes and the eggs come out clean, I just rinse them off. But the ones that have not, when these were like yesterday, see how dirty those are? And that's because their feet get muddy and they go into the laying boxes and they get the eggs all muddy. So, yep. Gonna have those eggs, and instead of making biscuits, I am going to make these grand biscuits. I meant instead of making homemade biscuits, I'm gonna make these. These are just easier for me when I've got so much going on, and then I'm gonna make some brown gravy too. You know, country gravy, I guess. We just call it gravy, but. So I'm gonna get the bacon done. And then when it's done, I am going to save the grease in the pan to make the gravy. What I was going to tell you guys about the chickens when they have a pecking order, I'm telling you, it makes me so angry. But you can't really do anything about it because once you separate them and move them, they're just going to find another one to pick on. So I've learned to just let them out, get some of that energy they've got pent up from being in, you know, in the coop and in the run so long. And hopefully they'll get a little bit of a break. Poor thing. Steve usually, when he does the bacon, he'll put it in on a baking sheet, put it in the oven, and it turns out great, and it's more flat. But I wanted the grease, instead of having to pour it from a baking sheet into a pan, I didn't want to have to fool with that because I'm doing all of this today because Steve's back's hurting from cleaning out that pen, I guess. Calm down, bacon. Well, you can hear it sizzling, but you can't smell it. That would be good, wouldn't it? The smell-o-vision. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. One thing about cast iron, once it gets hot and stays hot. Alright, got the bacon out. Got it covered up. the paper towel. Put some flour in there. Okay, I just put some salt, and let's put some pepper in there. And you can add some flour. A little bit hard to do without a tripod. But anyway, I'm trying to add some flour in there. Let's see how that does. And we want this flour to get darker, not much light. Get over on this side of the pan. I'm going to add some more flour. I don't know exactly how much that I end up using, but I just kind of play it by ear to uses up that oil like it's doing here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, for the ones that might not know how to do it, we're going to let this get brown. It's kind of loud probably to film it, but just got to keep on mixing it so it's not burning, but it's going to be turning brown. Kind of cooking that flour a little bit. And then once it starts getting brown, I am going to put a can of evaporated milk in. And then if I still need liquid, I'll just add water in. Alright, see how dark that's getting? That's what we want. A little bit darker. Be back in a minute. Okay, see how it's drying out more and turning darker? I know it looks like it's going to burn up, but it's not. All right, see that color? I think it's about time we can go ahead and add our cream. And we're just going to mix it and try our best to keep the clumps out of it. I'm not going to hold this here because I'm afraid I'm going to end up letting part of it burn. So this is what it does. It's starting to bubble. I'll be right back. Okay, now that it's looking like this, I'm going to need some more liquid. So let's add, probably about a whole cup of water. And I'll be right back again. Okay, just go ahead and keep stirring it like this. You can see how in the middle there, it's starting to get incorporated together really well. Just keep doing this and it's going to thicken up. Can you see the difference there in it? Just a slow bubble. Be back in a little bit. Okay, when it starts to look about like this, where it's thickening up, and when you stir it fast, you can't hardly see the bottom of the pan. There it goes. I like to turn it off, especially if you've had it in an iron skillet, because as you can see, it's still boiling, and the iron skillet is going to keep the temperature high for quite a while. And if you cook it too long on heat, it will get too thick. Now, if that happens, you can add a little bit water, a little bit milk, whatever, and thin it down a little bit. I tell you, the first time that I ever made gravy, my son was little, about a year old, year and a half old probably. And because at home, Mom always did, you know, all of the cooking. And I made it, and I'm telling you, the dog wouldn't even eat it. I am not kidding you. We threw it out, and the dog wouldn't even eat it. We had an old outside dog then, a beagle. But yeah, if I would have known then, when it got too thick like it did, and could have put some more water or a little bit of milk or something, I would have been able to save it. So just don't ever give up. If your first time turns out yuck, try it again. I've got the biscuits in already. So they've only got about 8 minutes to go, and then I'm going to start on the eggs. For the eggs, I like to use butter. Now, this pan, Steve used it this morning for his eggs for breakfast, so I didn't wash it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing because everything was cooked fully. So I'm gonna melt this and get my eggs in here. And there it is. Hope that you guys try it. The new ones that are maybe young and have never tried gravy, or maybe even older. It is a delicious meal. I'm not kidding. And hearty. And this plate is for my hubby. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night. God bless you all.